Don't try this at home. It's one of the oldest cliches in television. But for real, what you're about to see in this next story, please do not try it at home. We sent ABC's Matt Gutman to see if he could survive some simulated disasters, including a plane crash and being stranded in shark-infested waters. And as you will see, he took these challenges very, very seriously.
This was a normal flight for Ferdinand Puentes and 8 others gliding towards Honolulu last year. Suddenly, an alarm.
The engine just made a sound.
The rattle, the loss of altitude, and that shattering impact.
Your whole life just goes in front of you.
As the water rushes in, passengers manage to escape before the plane sinks. All but one of them survive. All of it caught on tape because Puentes never stopped rolling. If you think there's nothing better to do but brace yourself and pray, if your plane crashes into the water, the Coast Guard has another answer. Prepare. Last month, I became the first reporter to ever go through the Coast Guard's grueling crash survival training here in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Welcome to Aviation Technical Training Center.
My training ground, this beast, the Dunker, which simulates a plane crashing, sinking, and then flipping over in the water.
If you give the "I'm stuck" signal, we can pull the toggle, all the seatbelts come undone right away. The divers grab you, give you fresh air very quick.
Most of the previous class had to tap out.
Staying calm is the key to getting out alive.
Before the Dunker, a briefing with the rescue team assigned to ensure I don't drown.
I want you to wait, all motion stopped, release that window, grab a reference point before you undo your seatbelt.
Got that? If you're about to crash, my instructors say hold on to something. Then, after the crash, remove any obstacles like armrests, and only then unbuckle your belt and then get to a window or a door as quickly as possible. A little tense, but I made it.
Nice job!
Now the hard part, a different scenario altogether. This time the Dunker simulates a boat capsizing in the open ocean, the wind howling. But the way to save yourself, the same.
Reference point, obstacle, door, seatbelt.
The boat capsizes, I get the belt off and find the door. But there are 3 handles, and I don't know which one will open the door. I'm turning the wrong one. Nearly a minute in, I'm running out of air. I have to tap out and allow the rescuers to do their job. Instantly, they yank me out. Watch again how quickly they pull me from the boat, jerking my body through the door and to the surface.
If that had been in a real-world situation, it could have been a bad day. So I would have been dead. You would have been dead.
But I'm not dead, and I had to try it again. Rewarded with that high five. But what if you do survive the crash? Then what? The Coast Guard takes us out on the water. They then have me jump in the chilly Chesapeake waters to fend for myself.
I think I could swim about a mile or 800 yards or 1,000 yards. They say not to. Stay put. Burns a lot of energy to try to swim, especially with a life jacket on and clothes. Just wait for help to arrive. Don't scream because no one will hear you above the engines. Try to wave your arms in the air perhaps. If you have a flare, use it. Most important, stay calm. Let the Coast Guard and others do their job.
A few minutes later, they haul me out.
I'm up.
What if they hadn't? Just this week, these kayakers found themselves in shark-infested waters off the coast of Florida. A 13-foot hammerhead shark trailing them for 2 miles, bumping their kayaks.
He hit my rudder and, jarred my whole kayak, just following us steadily and creepily. A little bit of Jaws action there.
But what do you do if you find yourself surrounded by these sharks and you're in the water? We enlisted Army Special Operations soldier Terry Shepard to lead us through our worst-case scenario, shipwrecked with sharks. Shepard took us to an especially sharky part of the Bahamas, where the natural beauty belies what's beneath.
These sharks can smell a part of blood in a million parts of water, okay? So everything down there is gonna smell like food, including you.
We're simulating a normal person getting dumped in shark-infested waters. Trick is we have chainmail to protect us. Don't try this at home. You ready? No.
Off we go.
Gallantly, I let Terry go first. I just landed on one. They are just bumping us right and left. We each hold on to what could be debris from a crash, anything to stay afloat and conserve energy. And it's in the midst of this school of 25 sharks that my lesson begins. Whether it's great whites or reef sharks, which have a far less lethal bite, Terry says the advice is the same.
So let's try to skip back to back. Now we're linked arms. Now we got each other for protection. If we're on top of the water thrashing,
Yep.
that's potential food.
Right.
Stuff in their face. If they come in and it becomes an attack,
Yep.
you're gonna have to strike them.
All right.
Quick, fast, punch down, and that way you're gonna guarantee you're gonna hit them somewhere around here, and they don't like that.
So it's the eyes, it's the gills, it's the nose, the snout.
Exactly, man. This is where all their sensory stuff is concentrated.
Okay.
All you can do is fight and let them know I'm not going down easy.
Within minutes, the sharks are all over us. And it's a fight to keep them off.
The best thing for me right now is fending them off with my feet. Kind of like that one.
Yeah, you do the best you can to keep them off you.
But it doesn't always work. The sharks keep coming.
Yeah, you're saying good morning, sir.
Watch this. One going right over my head.
Let's get in.
And that was enough for me. For Nightline, I'm Matt Gutman in the Bahamas.